Hi, this is MXUX. I'm doing this video on the FOXCONN deal with Lordstown Motors. And I wanted to go over first in this first section about Foxconn and what they're trying to do. Foxconn is known for the iPhone building and all that business and the giant factory where people jump off the roof. Hopefully that's not going to happen at Lordstown. Anyway, what they are doing is they want to get into, and here's their logo, Foxconn, they're from Taiwan. They're a Taiwanese company, or Chinese if you want to put it that way. They're developing what they call an EV kit concept. And just like you develop apps for an iPhone, they're going to do the same thing. Their concept is to do the same thing with electric vehicles. And they're developing a skateboard and the whole infrastructure to build a car. And then the API or the app is going to be what you design, the body panel, so on and so forth. So all the mechanicals are going to be in a skateboard. So we got here, there's going to be drive-by-wire installed for self-driving, a rolling chassis, and they're going to have an auto design app, actually an app, which customers can use to design what they want to build. Okay? This is not a lie. So I have here an API-like kit to develop EV-like, it's like developing an app for an iPhone. So you go into the app, you design the car you want, boom, and you contract Foxconn to build it. So contract manufacturing, the EV kit concept. That's what they're looking to do. So they've got a couple, let me go over this and see if I can explain it. It's a new concept. They have an open ecosystem for EV development. They have autoware, which is an open source software. This is from autoware, which is another entity operating in this conglomerate or group of companies. They're developing open source level 4 self-driving, which is what Tesla has right now. And level 5 is no human contact. So they're doing that for an open source, and they're going to offer that to their clients, and they're going to put in drive-by-wire in the cars they build to enable this open source automatic driving program. And they have a community of developers in hardware and software. This is set up as a non-profit organization. You know, George Hotz, like Comma AI, same kind of thing. But this is part of what they're offering in their EV kit concept. So the software and the hardware to run it. Plus the rolling chassis, which is battery, motors, so on and so forth, and then the auto design app to design the body and the interior. So they're working with autoware on this, and this is making the future EV. Here's the deal. They're offering software choices for go-to-market design plus manufacturing. So, in other words, you design it, we build it. Use the app, we'll get you ready to go to market. So not only do they have the manufacturing, the rolling chassis, the whole deal, they have the software, they integrate everything. This allows you to go to market with your product. Now Fisker is a client now of Magna, but is going to be a client of Foxconn. So Fisker does the design and branding, and MIH, which is a control software conglomerate battery sort of thing, autoware, the self-driving, and Foxconn, the builders, do the rest. Fisker picks and chooses the options, and these guys get together, and let's just call them Foxconn from now on. You can investigate this yourself. It's a rather complicated web of different entities that are working together. I have a short video on it later. So they offer a full stack software for the future EV, autonomous driving OEM product. So what they're offering is, you want to build a self-driving EV? design it on this app, do these drop down menus, tell us what you want to do, battery, motors, blah blah blah, and you can build it. So they're calling it EV Kit. It's a collection of services and components and software, and this could be for new cars or an existing EV car. So people that are doing original manufacturing, OEM like Ford or whatever, they could buy this software as well, and they could also contract Foxconn to build it for them. So what the deal is, Fisker is the client. Fisker does the branding, the design, the marketing, and the business model, which in their case is affordable, SUV, direct to consumer, by Fisker. And Foxconn is going to do all the building. Fisker will own the dies, okay? So the dies will be proprietary, the stamping dies. We've gone over this at Lordstown. But everything else is going to be with Foxconn. And the EV kit will do the rest. And you just choose some options. So this is the idea with Foxconn. This is what they want to present to the world, really. And Magna does something similar to this, but I don't think Magna is in this deep. Magna builds ICE cars in China, and Magna is building Fisker's current SUV offering. So existing automakers can just choose certain components. Japan and Taiwan are doing this approach. So here's what they say. They're going with the team approach. The Asian approach is the team approach versus the USA self-sufficient approach, which would be the Tesla model. Okay, and this model has worked in Japan. Magna, for example, builds Mercedes there, so forth. That's one of the brands they build. In the USA, it's Tesla. And I think one of the reasons that Tesla went totally self-sufficient, which Lordstown Motors found out, was they will try to stymie you any way they can. That's why Lordstown Motors had to put that frame shop in, because they were frozen out of the frame market by the OEM manufacturers that are in existence now. This is why Tesla went all in. Now, when you got these 10 or 15 companies all working together, it presents a moat that the OEMs, the original OEMs, the ICE manufacturers can't cross. So anyway, and they're talking about the craftsmanship, timing, or paramount with the EV kit concept, okay, as well as open source software for the self-driving. So they're talking about high quality manufacturing, just-in-time manufacturing of inventory to sell directly to customers, and open source software for self-driving, which Tesla probably should be worried about. This could knock the blocks right out from under Tesla. Is Foxconn making Apple cars? We don't know. The MIH platform can be used by any company globally that wants to make EVs, and that's a key concept. So MIH is another organization that's involved in the battery motor stuff, control systems, as well as the entertainment system, I would imagine. So could Foxconn make the Apple car? Yes. Foxconn can, under this plan, which they are executing, can make anybody's car for anywhere in the world. And it looks like Tesla is a self-driving key target for this open source. It's a stack. They call it a stack. And I have level 4, which is the highest you can go without being legally allowed to call it self-driving. And Comma AI via George Hotz, I've done it, mentioned him in my videos in the past. Very interesting guy, very interesting system. Same type of concept, only these guys he's a independent, and they have incorporated it into a corporate framework. And again, MIH, this is the other entity that's involved. We've got Fisker, and we've got Fisker. What was the other company? MIH, Autoware, and Fisker and Foxconn are involved. So you've got MIH, which is an ex-Apple guy, next computer guy. They're going to do the level 4 self-driving integration, but we'll also add battery management software and other software, the software ecosystem for the car. So you got one entity doing open source self-driving, you got the other one doing the operating system for the car, including battery management, and then you got Foxconn doing the physical building. All of this is in the works to speak, all part of Foxconn's plan for EVs. Foxconn wants to diversify. This is key here. They want to diversify in the EVs. And here it is, using the app to design a vehicle, and Foxconn will build it like an iPhone. So that's the concept. That's why they bought the plant in Lordstown. And they were supposed to build a plant in Minnesota. They initially did it to build flat panel displays, and then they were going to put an EV car thing in, and then this came up. Lordstown came up, and they saw the chance to take it. And I'm just going to take a second here to say a couple things. This is like, I forget what the replacement value on this factory is, like $3 trillion. There's a couple thousand robots in there, paint shop. This is such a deal. Foxconn are no idiots, okay? And as I initially thought, and I just wanted to make this point, as I initially thought, did Lordstown get taken? And the new CEO is a New York finance guy. And I'll just tell you a quick story. During the financial crisis in 2008, I was in a bar, and there was a guy there, and he was celebrating the market crash. And I'll just tell you his first name is Greg. He actually owned a seat on the New York Stock Exchange. He said back when that meant something. But anyway, he had a private hedge fund, let's say. And he had 8 or 10 guys there working with him. And he had hedged the collapse, and he made all kind of money shorting everything. So anyway, I was talking to him, and I forget what the topic was. I think the Japanese were buying all the real estate in New York City at the time or something. And he said to me, he goes, no one is going to outdeal a New York finance guy. It is not going to happen. No one on the planet is going to do in a New York finance guy. They're apex predators. They know what they're doing. He said, I feel sorry for the Japanese. And he was right eventually about all of that. But the point is, what I thought when I first heard this was, oh my God, but you know what? You got to have confidence in the CEO, because he's the right man to do this. And I think he knows what he's doing. Anyway, I'm going to go into the next section here with these videos. I'm going to pause here for 1 minute. Okay, this is MXUX. This is I'm going to show a couple video clips here. This is the first one. This is Autoware, MIH, and Foxconn are all at this symposium, and they're talking about the new open source, or the new way to build EVs using the system I just talked about, with Autoware doing the autonomous driving, MIH doing the operating system of the car, and Foxconn building the vehicle. So this is the guy who heads up the open source self-driving effort, and he's introducing the chairman of Foxconn, which I'm going to play just to give you guys an idea of what he's about. Let's see if we can do this.
Thank you for joining Tier 4 Summit 2021. I'm Shinpei, and I will be presenting as chairman of the autoware Foundation, which is another role I have alongside Tier 4's founder and CTO. This is the last but the most exciting session. Here I am joined by Foxconn chairman Yan Liu to help me kick off this session. to discuss Foxconn's significant EV efforts based on recently launched Open Platform Alliance (MIH) and autoware's involvement as well. Hello, Chairman Liu. Thank you for joining me today.
Hey, thank you, Xinpei. I really appreciate the
This
invitation.
is the chairman of Foxconn.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate you on the success of Tier 4 Summit 2021. Tier 4 and the Autoware Foundation have done a remarkable job developing truly open source-based autonomous driving technology.
Look out, Tesla.
As you may know, Foxconn recently initiated MIH and the EV open platform to accelerate the innovation and the development of the EV industry. I believe both MIH and Autoware share similar goals in terms of autonomous driving. In that, we both are working towards making a positive change in the future automotive industry.
Thank you. We are privileged to have you with us today.
Just going to pause this for a second. MIH, I don't know if I can find the clip with the guy talking who heads MIH. That's the ex-Apple guy. They're doing the car operating system. So AutoWare is the self-driving, MIH is the operating system and battery control, okay? And then Foxconn is doing the assembly.
I think people's interests and dedication to the EV industry is growing. So can you tell us a little bit about MIH and what's actually going on with the open platform now before we dive deeper into the MIH Alliance and so on?
Sure, Xinpei. I'm very excited about MIH's future developments, and more importantly, the collaboration between MIH and Autoware. But I'm not sure I'm the most appropriate person to talk to about MIH. Similar to Autoware, MIH is now independently led by Jack and William. Foxconn launched the Open EV platform last October. Both Jack and William are currently looking at autonomous driving technology as well. Jack and William are much better suited to discuss this topic with you. I'm looking forward to the discussion among you. The open platforms are the future. Let's change the world together.
Great. Well said, Chairman.
So they're talking about the open platform. That's the platform that you build the body on. You use the app to build the body on. Everything else is all done. So I'm going to see if I can't. Let's just get a real quick clip of this guy here. This is the guy from. This guy is ex-Next, ex-Apple, and he's doing the, he's a MIH, and he's doing...
Of MIH, I do a little bit of introduction of myself. I'm a 40 years of a veteran in the automotive field. It's a pleasure to meet everybody from here. I work on the NEO for the last 5 years as a new startup, as an EV company. Now, coming into MIH is a pleasure. I'm leading this charge of MIH as a new initiative to bring all the alliance into the MIH. Thank you.
Thanks, Jack. William?
Hi, everybody. Hi, Xinpei. My name is William Wei. I'm the MIH CTO. I also serve as a Foxconn Group CTO. And my background is, I'm from Apple background.
Apple.
Before that, I was Next
Computer and Apple.
System builder, tool builder, and very excited to talk to AWF Foundation.
So anyway, that'll give you an idea of who's on the other side of this deal. These are some heavyweights in China. It's a big deal. These are some of the most powerful people in these different industries. I mean, Foxconn, you can't get much bigger than that, and these other players as well. So this is a heavyweight group of players that are coming in. They're going to launch this open platform. They're going to launch this manufacturing as a service in the United States at Lordstown, as long as the deal goes through. But I think it will go through. But anyway, I just wanted to give you guys an idea. And this is a short video about the Foxconn EV platform, which may or may not be what we were just talking about. I haven't really found a lot of information on this platform, but it is planned. This is February 21st, 21. Let's just play this short video here.
Well, supplier Foxconn is planning to make a debut in the electric vehicles market this year. Experts say this could transform the iPhone assemblers into collaborators for the iCar, Apple's ambitious EV project. The Taiwanese electronic giant said 2 light vehicles using its own design platform will be unveiled in the 4th quarter, along with some electric buses. It already unveiled its first ever EV chassis and a software platform last October. Meanwhile, Apple has been seeking production partners for the iCar. Along with Foxconn, South Korea's Hyundai Kia, Japan's Nissan, and Germany's Volkswagen are being brought up as possible candidates.
All right. Anyway, guys, that's a brief snippet from them. The thing is, this is obviously in play. Foxconn is still getting all their ducks in a row. So, but that was a blurb, and they mentioned Apple. Will the Apple car be built at Lordstown? I don't know. I suspected. I made another video. I had Faraday Future as the Apple car manufacturer, but as Carl Brunsfield, the head of Faraday Future, said, in the future, the cars will be interchangeable. The computers and the self-driving computers and software will plug in to the chassis. So that could be a modular take that Apple is thinking about using. Anyway, that gives you an idea of where Foxconn was in. Now I'm just starting this in mid-video here. This is the Fisker Ocean. Now this is the car that Magna's building. This is on another kind of an open platform. The Mag, I think it might have Volkswagen involved in the platform of this. This car is not going to be built at Lordstown. Just to give you an idea of the type of vehicles Fisker's building. They're doing the design, business concept, and marketing of this, and this whole vehicle is built by Magna. So, just to give you an idea here. Now I'm gonna stop this, and we're gonna go. Okay, this is the promo for the Project PAIR. That's an acronym for something, Personal Electric Alternative, something or other. This is the Fisker promo spot. It doesn't say a whole lot, but this is the vehicle that Foxconn and that collective is going to build at Lordstown, is going to be the PAIR vehicle. And this is going to be like a $34,000 vehicle. And it's going to use the everything we've been talking about for the last half hour. Anyway, that's Fisker. Just to give you an idea, PAIR, that's the vehicle they're going to build at Lordstown. So we'll see how that works. Hi, this is MXUX. Now we're going to go through the second portion of this video here. I'm going to take these headphones off. That was all about Foxconn and what they're doing. This is the LMC end of the deal with Foxconn, okay? And the deal, if fully consummated, would mean Foxconn would pay Lordstown $230 million for its plant and buy $50 million of the EV startups common stock. Beyond certain customers, the agreement is non-binding. So the thing is, they're saying Q2 next year this is going to be finalized. I said in a previous video that they would not be talking about this if it wasn't going to happen because of the SEC and the DOJ thing with Foxconn, with Lordstown. But you're looking right here at, I don't know, what is that, $300 million. I think if everything's taken into account, there's, I don't want to say that, Q's View did a great video on this. I think there's about $500 million coming into Lordstown at the end of all this, but certainly the 230 and 50, let's just say with the cash they have on hand, this puts them at about 500 million, the magic number for car makers, to launch the Endurance. Now, the thing is, here, let's just do that. Yeah, you do this plus the cash they have on hand of 210 million, so 240, 300 million. I don't know. There's a lot of money involved here. At least 300 million. I'm not going over the finances of this deal. I'm trying to go through the mechanics. Again, Q's View, excellent video on this. You can take a look at that for the numbers. Foxconn would purchase the Lordstown facility, excluding hub assembly line, battery, module, and packaging line. Okay, so, and certain intellectual property rights and other excluded assets for 230 million. So what they're getting is they're going to get the frame shop, I think, and the paint shop and the stamping shop and the assembly line and all that. Lordstown is basically keeping everything they put in except for the frame line. And it seems like they're going to maintain rights, the North American rights to the hub motors and other excluded assets, which may include the frame shop. I'm not sure. But the point is, Foxconn is buying everything that basically that Lordstown hasn't built up on their own there. And of course, as with Fisker, they'll retain all the dies that they have made for the Endurance, for the stamping dies, and the soft dies that they've made for the van. And so basically, they're going to get a long-term lease. I'm going to go over that later. But anyway, that's what Foxconn is buying the rest of the plant and all the robots and all the fixtures and everything. Both entities would negotiate a contract manufacturing agreement, which would be a condition of the closing of the purchase, whereby Foxconn would manufacture Lordstown Motors Endurance full-size pickup truck. So basically, they're going to take over the manufacturing line, and the Endurance is going to be a model built on that line. That line, I was told, could build 3 models, different models simultaneously, maybe more with an EV. So they can manufacture multiple models on that line at one time. And of course, Foxconn could do anything they want with it as well to improve that. Lordstown Motors would also agree to provide Foxconn with certain rights with respect to future vehicle programs. So, the deal with the manufacturing deal is going to work that they're going to get a commission on each vehicle they build for Lordstown. This is how they've been doing it, how the deal they have with Fisker, or the deal Fisker has. Most likely it's going to be the same thing for the Endurance. So you got the Endurance going off the line. There's going to be a discount to General Motors on the credits, EPA credits, and then there's going to be a fee going to Foxconn for the manufacturer on each unit, and then you're going to have some dilution with the stock as well. But I think this still fits into my price prediction of 2025 of over $100 a share. I think the top end was 120. I think that this isn't going to change the stock value that much. I think once that this vehicle gets off the line, that the Lordstown stock is going to go up, because this actually is not a bad deal for Lordstown. Anyway, and certain rights with respect to future vehicle programs. One of the future vehicle programs I'm really excited about at Lordstown is their SUV. They can produce on a frame with solid rear axle the Endurance version of the Mercedes G-Wagon. It would be so badass. 7-passenger SUV, full towing capabilities, 4-wheel drive, 600 horsepower, a Mercedes killer, okay? And that's actually the vehicle they were going to do next. They did the fan setup because they thought they were going to get the postal contract, which they didn't get. But anyway, that is the future vehicle I think Foxconn is talking about. Concurrently with the closing under the definitive agreement, Lordstown issued warrants to Foxconn, warrants to buy the stock, not exercisable until the 3rd anniversary of the closing, for 1.7 million shares at $10 per share. So again, There is dilution. It's not that much, and this is a carrot to keep Foxconn on the ball and so forth. Their warrants exercisable, 3rd anniversary. So that's when they can exercise those. So there is a stock component. Not only are they buying 50 million, they're building another, what is this, 20 million here. So they're going to have about 70 million in, which is what General Motors has in Lordstown stock. Okay, the parties have agreed to explore licensing arrangements for additional pickup truck programs. They're going to take this. This is the ultimate pickup truck, the ultimate electric pickup truck. Foxconn knows this. With that straight rear axle, nobody can touch this truck. You watch. They're going to be building electric pickup trucks for everybody using the Lordstown Endurance design. And that's going to be licensed to Foxconn, and it's going to be a money printing machine. Following the closing under definitive agreements, Lordstown Motors went into a long-term lease, okay, for a portion of the existing facility. So they are selling. They're selling the building out from under them. They probably have it's probably like a 90-year lease or some outrageous thing like that, and also would offer employment to Lordstown operational and manufacturing. So I think that Foxconn is going to keep everybody in there that knows what they're doing right now, that got this line up and running, and they're just going to add on to that and change it and update it as they see fit. Now, Lordstown also has employees in California that aren't mentioned here, and employees in Detroit that aren't mentioned here. So this is only manufacturing area. Now this is a quote from the guy from Foxconn. I believe the innovative design of the endurance pickup truck with its unique hub motors delivers an advantageous experience and has manufacturing efficiencies. Absolutely. It will undoubtedly thrive under our partnership and business model. Nothing could be more true than that. And this guy from Foxconn sees it, he knows it, and it is the truth. They are going to be selling these pickup trucks, let me tell you. In addition, this facility would serve as a speed-to-market asset that would also support Foxconn partner and customer Fisker. So they're going to build the Fisker pair also at Lordstown, which is, the first vehicle that's going to be designed using an app that's going to use this whole system that Foxconn has worked out, and it's going to be built at Lordstown. And this also could be quite a good car. We'll have to see. And this is from the chairman that we just saw of Foxconn. So innovative design, hub motors, manufacturing efficiencies. This guy knows exactly what he's talking about. This guy, Foxconn sees money. This guy knows how to make money. And he's right. The manufacturing efficiencies, they're going to be able to, I'll tell you. Anyway, we are excited about joining the prospect of joining forces with a world-class smart manufacturer like Foxconn and believe the relationship will provide operational technology and supply chain benefits to our company. And overall, accelerate overall scaled vehicle production and increase employment at Lordstown. It will increase production. Allow Lordstown to take advantage of Foxconn's extensive manufacturing expertise and especially the supply chain, because they're over there in Taiwan with TSMC and they got the chips, right? They already got the chips for the iPhone. While freeing up Lordstown Motors to focus on bringing the Endurance to market, developing service offerings for our fleet customers, and designing and developing new models. So, again, Lordstown is going to turn into the Apple, and they're going to design and they're going to come up with new models, and Foxconn is going to be the manufacturer as it manufactures the iPhone. Same thing. I said when I started, now this is the CEO of Lordstown. I said that when I started, our success as a company is tied directly to the success of this plant, and we had to explore every opportunity to ramp it up faster. If we couldn't do it on our own, we had to do it with others. So there you go. There you go. And I do not think, again, I gave that little speech about New York finance guys. I don't think this is a bad deal at all. Let's hope it goes through. I think it's going to go through. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't at this point. It's great for the endurance, but its bigger benefit is future programming, he said, would be realized much faster with less cost by working with Foxconn. So we're talking about, you know, the SUV project. I'll tell you, that's going to be a killer for Lordstown. Under the tentative deal, Foxconn would provide a down payment of $100 million at the signing, and then the balance of 130 would be due at closing, okay, on April 30th. So they're going to get 100 million up front plus the 50 million. So they're going to get 150 million up front. And what do they got? 210 million in hand. So that's 310, 360. So that's about 400 million, which I think certainly will get them to the certification with the EPA and the National Highway Transportation Safety and the other certifications that they need, and get them to start a production. I believe they're serious about it, is what Navaji says. And you know what? This is a great deal for both parties here, I think. I think it's a big win for Lordstown. It's a big win for that locality. And this is a whole new way of producing vehicles in the United States. This has been done in China before, again with Magna and some other companies, but this is the first in the United States. I hope I explained it. You know, basically you get an app, you design the interior and exterior of the car, and you pick from drop-down menus what you want, and they build it for you. It's great. Anyway, and these are quotes from the CEO of Lordstown. And again, he's a New York finance guy. I don't think he would do a bad deal. Sounds like a good deal to me. And this is, I'm going to try to go to this link right now. This is this is from the local news station there, WKBN channel 27, and this is a video about the purchase. Let's unmute this.
More growth in the years to come inside what had once been General Motors' largest plant.
Shopping for your next vehicle is easy at Fred Martin Ford. Click here and bring the dealership right to your desktop or smartphone. Request a quote, appraise your trade, even fill out a simple application to get pre-approved in minutes.
Ford advertising.
CEO Dan Ninavaji spoke by phone in a short time ago with senior reporter Jerry Ricciuti. They talked about the recent announcement agreement in principle with Taiwanese electronics maker Foxconn. Now, he says the location of the Lordstown complex was a key to bringing that deal together.
The location of the supply base in Ohio and surrounding communities, and of course the people. You've got a trained professional workforce here that's ready to go, a turnkey plant. It's phenomenal. It's a perfect combination of things for somebody who wants to build an EV manufacturing hub.
Now, the deal between Lordstown Motors and Foxconn should be complete by the end of next April.
Shopping for your next vehicle.
Okay, so there we go, guys, and I hope you liked that presentation. I think I've gone through the whole thing. I'm going to do a short section here on the stock prices today and the stock symbols. Okay, thanks for watching. MXUX here. So this is a service I use that does some technical analysis, and we're looking at ride stock here, 585. The entire market was down today. I just thought it would be interesting to take a look at this analysis here. We've got resistance, so let's go down. Resistance is at 658 according to this service, and support is at 477. So we closed at 585. So that's where that is. Now this is very interesting. These are different MACD, EMA, RSI, everything's bearish. MACD's neutral in the long run. The Fibonacci's intermediate are bullish. And the highs are very bullish long run, and the lows are very bullish intermediate, and stochastics are bullish. And we got a bearish signal here. So all in all, a pretty negative analysis of ride here with a bad day in the market. I think a lot of people got stopped out of this stock with stop losses, but I think this deal is invigorating. And let's just take a look at the NASDAQ news section on ride. And you can see here, this is the daily chart. We opened at 660 and we're down to 580 or whatever the case may be. Not a very pretty chart. The whole market was down today. Let's just take a look and see if there's any headlines here. Why Lordstown stock sank again on Monday? Well, let's see. Let's just take a look at that. Stock market Dow, inner ride, put and call. All right, let's take a look at this just for giggles and see if this says anything here. There we go. The Motley Fool. I guarantee you this is going to be a negative article. The Motley Fool is against Lordstown. Lordstown Motors sank on Monday with yet another rival surfacing. You know, there are no rivals surfacing. Analysts failed to upgrade, a massive analyst upgrade failed to convince the market about the electric truck startups prospects. So what? Last week, Lordstown with Hoinai Precision, which is Foxconn, to sell it for $230 million. Terms of the agreement include giving up the rights to manufacture its only pickup, the Endurance, to Foxconn, and selling Foxconn shares with blah, blah, blah. Investors weren't happy with the development. I'm happy with the development. I think it was a good idea. Moreover, Lordstown also announced its plan to build only a limited number of vehicles for the first half of 2022. Right. Okay, so, you know, this is old news. Again, Motley Fool just wants to do as much negative press on Lordstown as possible. These factors sent Lordstown crashing double digits, looking at smart investors instead of betting on stock, betting some analysts' views, awaiting further updates about endurance production and delivery timelines at a time when rivals continue to leap ahead. Now, here's the thing. First of all, Motley Fool has never written a positive article about Lordstown, and I'm just going to dissect this for 1 minute. The Rivian, heavy steering at high speed, 4.5-foot bed. The seats are hard. The stereo is lackluster. The operating system of the vehicle is glitchy and slow. It's not even a truck. They're not showing any highway tests driving it because, you know, it's not any good on the highway. The steering, it's too heavy. And they aren't talking about the charge times either. But, you know, in any case, that's a lifestyle vehicle. It is not a work truck like the Endurance. It's not even the same class. So then we'll move on to the next competitor. Who is that? Cybertruck. Same thing. Not going to matter. Again, both Rivian and Cybertruck, it cracks me up. They both have trunk lids in the bed of the truck that open up that you can store things in or put spare tires in. You know, if you're working with a truck, you're dropping heavy stuff in the bed all the time. That is going to dent those lids, and they're never going to, you're going to need a crowbar to open them. These are not work trucks. Neither one of these are work trucks. They'll never work as a work truck, okay? Forget it. They're not. They're not the Endurance. They're not even close. And then we go to the Ford F-150. This is all I got to say about the Ford F-150. I've gone over this forever. You know, the 14-hour charge time. If you want to get the high battery and the home charging option, you're going to have to run 8-gauge wire, thick as your finger, to the outlet, 3 strands of it, just to get the thing charged, okay? You're going to have a minimum of 200 amp service in your house to even charge the thing, okay? And that's one thing. Well, and then we can talk about the weight, and then we can talk about the battery. The whole thing about the Ford is this. They're planning a whole new Endurance. Lightning in 2025. That says everything. This is a stopgap vehicle. It's not going to perform. I mean, there are some people that will only buy Ford. They're going to buy it. Anybody that's looking at a real pickup truck is going to buy the Endurance. And by the way, as one of my viewers commented, he talked to some insiders at Ford. I thought they were all 70,000 and above models that were ordered, the 150,000 orders they say they have that they can talk about that Lordstown can't. He tells me it's 90,000, they're all $90,000 trucks. So they are not going to sell any of the fleet trucks. I don't even think they're going to make any of the fleet trucks in the next 2-3 years. Not until the new model comes out. That's my take. But these guys, Motley Fool, let me tell you, these guys are phonies. They're fakes. They've never put out any positive news on Ride, as have neither has anyone else. Now, they can try to paint this as negative as they like. I think this is a great development. And I think that this is going to be the way cars are made. Okay? As I said, Tesla had to forge the way and be the trailbreaker, and they had everybody against them. That's why they had to bring everything in-house. Now the industry's more mature. We have mature players in it. The technology's more mature. We can go to this manufacturing as a service model. And in any case, Lordstown has better technology, more efficient technology. And it's interesting that the head of Foxconn recognizes that. But anyway,
okay, just
that's
wrapping up
two-
with these
two
two
cents
charts.
on
Now, this
that.
is a chart on Fisker, and this is a 1-year chart, and I believe they went public via SPAC. They had a high here of about 27, and they've been going up and down, and they're trading at 14. And their pair vehicle is going to be produced at Lordstown. Just give you an idea of the symbol and what the chart looks like. And again, down on the day, we had a pretty rough day in the market today. But just give you an idea of where the price is. And they enjoy a higher price than Lordstown. Okay. Anyway, this is Foxconn's chart for the last year. And they've gone from 540 to 777, it looks like. And they were up above 9 for a while there. Now, the thing about Foxconn, or HNHPF, whatever it is their revenues, their revenues are high. Like $48 billion or something like that. But they only make $2 billion of profit off of that. So a lot of revenues, looks like tight margins. But they dominate the phone industry, right? They're going to dominate the car industry. So I just wanted to give you guys a look at these two charts and let you know those are the two other companies involved, along with Ride, and we should put Ride up here. Let's put Ride up. Let's just see here. Whoop, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's get Ride up so you can see the same chart. There we go. There we go. Come on, Ride. All right. And let's go to charts. There we go. And here's the Ride chart for comparison. And you can see this is the 1-year chart on Ride. Yowee. Okay. So, again, we were up around 31 at some point, I believe, and now we're down at 585. So there's Ride, 585. There's Fisker, 14. And there's Foxconn at 7. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this up with a summary at the end. I hope you liked the video. Sorry it took a while to get this out. I've been trying to update some production values here. And I had a dentist appointment. All right. Okay, guys, I'm going to close this out. I'm just going to go over a couple of details on the Lordstown site here. But I just want to mention one thing. I was watching the Telosiv guy. The guy with the red beard and red hair, he was doing a live cast about the Rivian and a stream. And I got on there, and he's talking. He didn't mention Lordstown. And I typed in the comments, what about Lordstown? Lordstown's doing the same thing. You know, no one knows anything about this truck except us in the community here. Me, you, and Q's views. That's it. This guy was clueless, and I like this guy. I think he's very competent. He had no idea what was going on at Lordstown. He goes, "Oh, that's kind of a plain truck." Knows nothing. So
you know, anybody else that's talking about Lordstown doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. I'm just want to put that out there. And I showed you the Motley Fool is, you know, guys, this is going to be a sleeper. I think it's all going to come to fruition here. Hopefully this deal pulls through. We're going to see. Anyway, I think this is a great update for Lordstown. I do not see it as a negative. As Dan Navaji said, you know, if we're not using 60% of the plant, then 60% of the plant's a liability. This way, they got that liability off their shoulders. And, you know, it's a win-win for everybody concerned. They're going to get the production, and Foxconn is going to be a monster in EV production, whether anybody likes it or not. I don't think there's any way they can lose, really. Anyway, purporter of trucks, blah, blah, blah. They're talking about the Foxconn thing here, blah, blah, blah. Production of the Endurance. This is what we want to talk about here. Move forward, plan to build a limited number of vehicles for testing. This is EPA has verification and regulatory approval to the balance of 2021 and the first part of 2022. In light of Foxconn agreement, the company will evaluate the potential impact of the parties' contract manufacturing relationship on commercial production. So in other words, they're basically on the same schedule. They were going to do a start of production limited number. I gave them 1 quarter of leeway on the start of production, which would put them at the beginning of next year. And it looks like they're pretty much going to be on that schedule. They're talking about the manufacturing relationship with Foxconn, blah, 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 integration and timing. So, you know, we have to give them some space to work this out. But it will update its production plan during our Q3 2021 earnings call in mid-November. So I think that's all we're going to go to. But the point is, they're pretty much on schedule. I don't see this as a delay. I think it appears to me that they're working straight through all of this, going for the certification. And, you know, the EPA and the National Transportation Safety, blah, 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 and I forget who else has to certify for production. They have to get those certifications before they can do production. So they're probably going to certify and get right up to production, and then they're going to probably hand off to Foxconn. And I think this is going to be more Lordstown than Foxconn in the beginning, and Lordstown is going to be teaching Foxconn. Anyway. Financial outlook, capital expenditures, SG. You know, now the SG&A. You know, I got to tell you, this is the thing that's blowing up their budget. It's the legal costs. It's it's defending against these stupid SEC actions and DOJ actions that are costing them so much money. Okay, so the cash, September 30, 2021, down. Okay, so 210. It's down from 270, so it's down like 50 million. Okay, so we got to do a deal, and I think this is the deal to do. Anyway, let's all look forward to the mid-November earnings call, and they're going to give us an update. I think they're moving towards certification as we speak, and they're hammering out this deal, and I think Navaji is the right guy to be there. I am very happy. I don't see the price, the stock reacting. No one understands this company. No one understands Foxconn, what Foxconn's doing. You know, you have to dig a little deeper to even understand anything that's going on here. Most people are too lazy to do that, and that includes all the analysts and everyone else and commentators on television and YouTube. So those of us in the know what's going on, and I think this is a very positive for Lordstown. And provided it goes through, and Navaji says he believes it will, this deal is going to launch a whole new era in EV manufacturing. And I do believe these guys are going to challenge Tesla as well. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked the video. And please like and subscribe. I hate to ask that, but you know, these Lordstown videos, it doesn't attract you. You can't monetize. It attracts nobody except us. So if you want me to keep coming with this information, and I want to keep putting it out there, and I support Lordstown, please like and subscribe and share the videos. All right, thanks a lot. That's MXUX. Thanks for watching. All right, guys, I just want to put a close on this. That was a pretty long video. I haven't been on for a while. There's a lot to cover on this story. No one's covering it. There's no coverage whatsoever. I hope you find this interesting. There's a lot of really interesting stuff here. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is a business case study, actually. But anyway, I hope you liked the video. I just want to ask you guys to like and subscribe and share the video, will you? I like Lordstown. I'm a supporter. I want to see it succeed. I know you guys support me. This cannot be this doesn't attract enough traffic to be monetized. So if you want to keep getting this information, you got to help me. You got to subscribe. You got to like. You got to comment. And I do read all the comments. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. Sorry about the link, but had to be. It is what it is. All right, guys. Thanks very much. Hope you liked the video. We'll see you on the next one.